Oh, welcome back to Secret of Mana. So, it would be time to now actually, thanks to magic of telepathic messaging, to go to the water palace and see what's going on. Well, how could a 200-year-old sage need help for at least something that the three unlucky heroes could not just do? But here it is, water palace. So, let's just see what's going on inside. Yep, stomping in, kicking through the door. Yep, and using all the basics little introductory mechanics. I do say that this game has a nice style in graphics using all these transparency effects Super Nintendo was able to do without any sort of trickery. So they could place these kind of little waterfalls that you would go, oh, and there's Luca. No, I just saved. So, well, that tells what we has to do. The water elemental Undine has, well, is in peril or has to be saved or just dragged out from her home, whatever. But there's another of these damsel in distress situations going on. And she lives east, so meaning she lives around here. Not in the palace itself, but nearby. And some new enemies. Fish enemies. They can spit stuff. And they get wiped, and then I will smack them out. And there's this cave. More of these fishmen, fish things. Let's smack them out of existence. They are not particularly dangerous. And some sort of jumpy blobby thing just decided to show up. I would be down to start smacking it. Yeah, it can take quite a beating. The boss monster appears. It's got a floppy thing, and it's also got a little, you could say, nasty gimmick of having that very dangerous attack of horizontal or vertical axis. Meaning, yep, you don't want to be attacking it from direct directions, which is difficult because this game doesn't have much, that you could say, that well of directional, non-diagonal attacks, which is what some would say, like in Zelda. But approach from the diagonals should be give it a bit of hurt. But as a boss fight, this is not particularly dangerous. Yeah, and it's gonna even lump them to fight using the healing magic. But otherwise, it's not really much of a dangerous boss fight. I think it's gonna get more damage than from my attacks than it actually is healing. So it's gonna go down eventually. Yeah, and it did go down. And we got another orb, and it goes down. And there's the spirit of the water, Undine. Oh darn. So now I got magics. I got the last mana weapon. And the hint was that, and the trick was that there's actually now the reason to go to the Gaia's level again. Let's just arm myself with whole darts. And as I'm also here, I could also go and demonstrate the magics. Yep, you can open these, then you can spin this wheel around, and you get the magic Undine. There's 3 spells, which is both characters have, and you can then switch targets around. I usually prefer to just use them as a screen nukes. Yep, the magic effects are not, you would say, that fancy because, well, spell effects are not usually that fancy because, well, but you get bear buff. Using healing magics, offensive magics, all kinds of magics are quite useful. And knowing how the game is working. I'm blasting out all the. I'm using magics a lot, just as a demonstration of. Yeah. Alright. I may have to do some graphics setting adjustments to see that because that flashiness of the spell. Okay, this one didn't have that unpleasant one. But it was kind of unpleasant looking effect. So yeah. And now as I go and take a look at the stats, the levels, the magics, the level experience points on specific magic kinds of magics can be now seen as well. So that would be the thing of it. So it would be time to actually now head to the Gaia's level, and I'm gonna do that in our old-fashioned way of walking. Because there was this underground location I would need to go. And it would be kind of handy place to go. Head there. general habit in this game is to try to use all the weapons just as a, you could say, as a maximizing the benefits from smacking out enemies and all that kind of smacking out enemies and getting experience points. Because, well, generally I would say that there's the three function weapons: sword, whip, and axe. But generally I would say that the long range weapons are better because of the chance to hit further distances, and of course although to blast up, to smack up over all the edges and that kind of stuff. No, oh yeah, here's a Pandora. No need to play with it here. Just walking past, and the early phase of this game does have quite a lot of this kind of walking around in here part, because, well, this area is still, you could say that this is the civilized area of the world, or at least this game. I mean, there's lots of interconnected areas and all that kind of things, which not always, well, there are areas which are not connected to this area, but it will be quite lots of this early game happens in here, which is to say, not yet in the sense that world is not yet opened to exploration yet, even though it will be eventually. You got smacked out of this dead. The music and the graphics all were designed to make this game, in that kind of sense, very nice and comfortable game to play. Lots of gentle landscapes and areas which are not really difficult. Okay, that one goes out. No need to go to Kippo village. And of course, interestingly enough, they added all these little locations like Kippo village, which has, in practical sense, no functioning as much as gameplay is concerned. But they had to make lots of these kind of, you could say, compromises to make it appear that this would be a much bigger area than it would act. To create an illusion of much bigger areas than actually is in game shown, which is kind of important thing in gameplay design. But yeah, it might be possible to create gameplay area size of several square kilometers or way more than that. But if you would be willing to have compromises about, yeah, it ain't that detailed and all that, and which would of course mean that, yeah, small trip to store or anything like that, yeah, games, it's gonna take 10-20 minutes in real time to get there. Although there are games which do, at least in nowadays, take some, you could say, pride in having slower pace and less stuff in them. Of course, how it is done and all that is completely up to design questions about matters. Let's just switch. Let Edge carry sword or the darts, because, well, he hasn't got the experience points for them yet, so. slots. I can upgrade my weapons into a new form of boxing glove. I would say that it might be the worst weapon of this entire game. As much as practicality goes. Short range and all that. And it isn't that fun to use. Yeah, I want to save the game. Now as I can just walk around a bit more, there is this little extra cave in here with a very grand music and this orb, which was something that I could not do anything with earlier, but now I can, meaning I will use now this. Freeze to it, and I can now open the path to Earth Temple. And there's a new set of enemies around here. Not just kid goblins, no, these are real goblins. Oh. And they are quite dangerous. Oh. They have a bit of a fight. Oh, damn it. More annoying and dangerous enemies around here. But there was a little switch over there just to press it. Nothing special happening with that one yet. But that big banging sound should be enough to tell that, yep. Now there's something important going on. Yep, the path is now open again. Yeah, just press some buttons. Oh, damn it. Time to blast out some magic. Yep, and with more use, magics of course become much more powerful. Which is kind of, you could say, absolutely expected and appreciated. Come on, don't let me get stun locked. really not. Well, knowing that how easy in this game getting not picking not. Another piece of candy to Link. Yep, this respawns more enemies, and more enemies are, you could say, the most annoying and dangerous of this game, I would say. At least at the line of most dangerous. Ah, well, I got a piece of weapon skill. Still getting forward. All right. These chest pieces are new kind of enemy around as well, but they can go quite neatly go down. Yeah, try unlocking with these. Yep, if it works for the enemies. And there's a new kind of enemy, a boss monster. Demands to be. And the really spinny balls. Kind of tell where you are, where things are, where you are about to hit. Bam. 2 out. Well, that shows that how the game over in this game works. So I think it's time to next. Actually, it's time to. Well, I'm gonna edit out the boss fight for that. So takes a little edit. And another attempt this time with a bit more preparation. That hurt. Most of preparations mean that with big expense, I took and bought myself a full set of very walnut fish to restore my magic points if necessary. So it would be now time to just blast out the acid storm. Spam it. Yes, now he goes down without any effort. I was a bit careless previous time going against the Geiger. And that kind of boss will reappear many times in this game as well. Yeah, there is but there has not been a recycling of enemies yet, or these boss monsters yet. Oh. Okay, looks like the edges obnoxious loud attitude helped. Very small amount of storytelling, but it's still feel quite nice, quite fun that it makes this kind of little, you could say, bickering amount of characterization. Something like a very funny, something like a. For some reason, it feels to be something like it could be a later thing. For some reason, I would feel that the dynamics of this trio would be very much like a case of Team Rocket of Pokemon, which is to say they almost murder it. It is a wonder that they have not murdered each other already long time ago, or at least with the Male and James and Jesse. That it's a miracle that they have not murdered each other long time ago. But it would be quite simple that they would either murder each other or they would get married. And Meow, well, that's just basically a snarky sidekick. Or how are you gonna see it? But now 2 mana seeds have been restored, and it would be time to actually go and head to the outside to Pandora ruins beneath it. So that will be a matter of what I will do next time. So I will be ending this episode, saving here, and next time it will be within Pandora. See ya then. See ya.